What up, tech peeps? Welcome back once again to the channel. For those of you who follow the channel, you know that just the other day we did a video showing you how bad a G4400 Intel CPU actually gimped and bottlenecked your video cards. And you guys can see that, honestly, with a $50 CPU, it was gimping stuff by at least 50% compared to the latest i5 or the latest 1600X. But that's to be expected. Now, some guys out there made comments like, oh man, pairing $1,000, a GPU with a $50 CPU is crazy. Well, for one thing, neither one of those video cards is $1,000. I've never seen a 1080 for $1,000. And honestly, the Vega 64, even at its most outrageous, wasn't $1,000. So that was a little bit of overhype on you person who you are out there, and you know who you are. I really don't, because you're just a word on a piece of paper. But anyways, we bring you that same system today. Now, this system comes to market at around $400 with one particular video card, which is the 1050 Ti card. The system comes out to about $430, and with the equivalent thing on the AMD side, this system comes to actually less than $400. So this system is a really, really entry-level system. It's meant to be that way, though. Some things about it I'll get into later. I thought were a little bit kind of a pain in the butt to deal with building this system, but we'll jump into that. So right now, let's see how this system does at 1080 gaming. I didn't do anything in 1440 or 4K because obviously this system's barely at the 400 marking point. But with that said though, let's jump in, let's check out that system and see what it does. And one thing just of note, yes, you can buy some higher G CPUs that will actually play games a little bit better, but I was trying to really budget this, and in my first video, it was all about that $50 CPU. So that's just one thing I want to take note though. With that said though, let's jump in, let's check out the system, let's check out those benchmarks, and see at the end of the day, does a $400 system really play games? First up, let's check out this case. Now, this case is currently only $40. This is the BitFenix mid-tower case. Now, this case actually is quite nice for the price range. The only things about this particular case that I wasn't really thrilled about is that cable management in the back was really hard. There's almost no room in the back of this case to do cable management, but really, what are you expecting for a case that is 40 bucks? I mean, it looks good, it's ergonomic, and hell, the price is definitely right. The motherboard that we chose for this build is also very, very cost efficient. It's the GIGABYTE GA H110M-A LGA1151 motherboard. And this board comes to market at about $54.99 right now. It has a lot of features, and one thing cool about this motherboard is that you can upgrade it to many different CPUs or GPUs depending on your budget goes in the future. So you can put this motherboard in your system now, it's got a great price, and then later on if you want to change the CPU or the GPU, you'll be good to go. The CPU, well, by now we should all know what the CPU is, but if you don't, it's the Intel G4400. It's a 3.3 gigahertz CPU, very, very entry-level CPU. Like I said, they do have some higher-end processors for more money that will play games a little bit better, so if you want to get one of those CPUs and raise the price of the system, you can do so. But as is, this $50 CPU does a pretty decent job for entry-level gaming. The memory inside is the Kingston HyperX Fury Black. This is a 4GB 2133 MHz DDR4 stick. It's non-ECC, and it's currently on sale for $42.99. The hard drive that we use in this build is also probably the most bought hard drive for gamers around the world. This is the Western Digital 1TB black drive. This drive's also on sale for $42, so it's a really great deal for entry-level gaming. Now, powering up this little beast of a system is a power supply by EVGA. It's 80 plus white certified, it's 500 watts, and it's only $40. For this build, we also tested two different video cards. That way we could see things on the AMD side of things and on the NVIDIA side of things. So on the NVIDIA side of things, we used a ZOTAC GTX 1050 Ti. This is a 4GB video card that comes overclocked right out of the box. Now, over on the AMD side of things, we have a 560 2GB video card, and both these video cards really don't bottleneck the CPU that much whatsoever, seeing that they're very low in an entry-level cards. But with that said though, let's now jump in, let's check out those benchmarks and see how the system really does at 1080p gaming. All right, folks, so there you have it. A system that costs right around $400 and plays 1080p's really, really nicely. Now, obviously, the NVIDIA card is going to do a little bit better. It's a 4GB card versus a 2GB card. You just have to make the choice in how you want your system to be, because if you get the AMD card, you're going to be coming at the market at about $385 for the system, and if you go with the NVIDIA card, you're going to be just slightly over $400. But either way, you're right in the pocket at that $400 mark. You can obviously choose some different memory. I do believe they have some cheaper memory out there for about $10. You could probably knock just a wee bit off the price as well. But you guys can see at 1080p gaming, this system actually does okay. And if you don't have a whole lot of money, which I know many people out there don't, you're always looking for the best system. And one thing I like about this system, you guys talk about this all the time, is future proofing. Well, with this system, you can change the CPU out to lots of other CPUs. You can change the GPU out. You can add more memory. You can add more hard drives. There's just all kinds of things that you can do with this system to upgrade it. So you're not really stuck with this system as you buy it. It's not like when you go out and buy a Dell or something like that and the system's there and you can't take it apart, change jack diddly in it. You're just stuck with what you have. With this system, you can buy it as an entry-level system, pull that CPU out, sell it to one of your bros, buy an upgraded CPU, and the same thing with the video card and memory and everything else. So you can pretty much turn this system into a full-blown, really super nice in-gaming system as you get more money in your pocket. So at the end of the day, I have to say I really do like this system for what it is. I mean, I tried to get the price even lower, but I know it's really hard to knock those prices down. And for those people out there who are saying, oh, hey man, why didn't you include Windows? Dude, you can get a Windows key online for $15 all day long, all over the place. Just go on the internet and type in Windows key and all kinds of stuff will come up. So you don't have to worry about paying expensive things to get yourself Windows 10. You can download all the information to make a CD for free, pay for your code, and you are up and going. So that's why we really don't include Windows anymore in our builds, because it's just too dang cheap. And most people honestly have access to an operating system, either through their friend or online or somewhere. So that's not, to me, the pivoting Achilles heel of the entire deal. Like usual though, folks, at the end of the day, this system, I think, is a thumbs up. Let me know what you guys think, and below that like button, we'll have more information for all these parts so you can build one yourself, change it around, and do whatever you like. But hey, thanks for watching. I appreciate you guys being here. Enjoy yourselves.